take it off their mat and into their life. I think that for me at least, and I think a lot of the teachers here, it really goes beyond that. And it really morphs more into the connection that we all establish with one another. And I really like being invested into your lives. I like knowing what's going on. I like hearing stories about your day and knowing where you're at. And so I think for me, it's definitely that coming back and that webbing that brings us all back together. And so it's been a whole new avenue that Love Integration wanted to go down, but we kind of been like resistant, I guess. And so, and also busy. And so it's nice to be able to explore this new avenue of connection and see how possible it is and how we can really incorporate it into each other's lives in a really nice way. So thank you so much for showing up to your mat, especially at a time when it's so challenging to do so. So that being said, we'll definitely start lying down in a nice comfortable position. You can cover yourself with a blanket or anything at all. And beginning to relax the body, tune into the environment, to the sounds. I think that what practicing at home really does is it invites us to kind of explore quieting the mind and reprogramming the mind to different environments, becoming a little bit more adaptable to different environments and still being able to anchor ourselves back into the breath. And so beginning to relax the body and whatever that means today. Identifying all the different aspects of the body that need to wind down. Tuning into the areas that are tight, that are tense, and offering some breath to these areas. Allowing the hands to soften, allow the toes to soften. And allow all distractions to be there, be a part of the practice. Enjoying the beautiful, loving bliss that could be just regular distractions. Feeling the body soften, feeling the mind soften. Using the breath to slow down the body, to slow down the mind. Letting go of any plans for the day, any to-do lists, any worries or troubles, and allowing the body to completely surrender down. And taking a brief body scan from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. And back down through the soles of the feet. Identifying any aspects of the body that might need some extra support today. And as the body relaxes, allowing the mind to gradually relax as well. Once you feel the mind and the body begin to settle down, tune into the breath, observing the rise and fall of the inhalation and the exhalation. Without trying to change or control it in any way, simply stepping into the perspective of the observer. As if you're sitting beside yourself, watching yourself have an experience. Gradually becoming aware of the inhalations. Feeling the inhalations rise to the surface of the body. Beginning to wiggle through the fingers and the toes. Taking an inhalation and stretching the arms overhead. Maybe reaching through opposite wrists, stretching side to side, like you're just waking up in the morning, stretch the whole body. On the exhalation, draw both knees in towards the chest, allow the sacrum to ground down into the earth. Take a deep inhalation, let out a deep sigh. Feel the shoulders melt down towards the mat, using the weight of the arms to draw the knees in towards the chest, allowing the help of gravity to assist the pose. Allow the back of the neck to be long. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, place both feet on the floor by bending the knees. Inhale the arms out to a T shape or clasping the hands behind the neck if you don't have enough space. Press into the feet, place the seat over to the right, and allow the knees to fall over to the left. Any amount. And of course, if the hips are tight, if the shoulders tight, maybe placing something underneath that left knee or maybe the right shoulder. Depending on our individual anatomical makeup, the weather might affect us in a negative way or maybe a positive way. A lot of times the rain can bring out those aches and pains. A lot of times it could also bring lubrication to the joints. And so always honoring where you are in any given moment, being all right with that. Allow one more breath. Placing the right foot down and then the left, pressing into the feet to realign the spine. The hands are clasped, just switch the way they're clasped behind the neck. And then once more, press into the feet, scoot the seat over to the left, and the knees fall down to the right. And it's long, slow, deep breaths throughout the entirety of the practice. If the breath becomes restricted, if it becomes tight or tense, then that's probably how the body and the mind might be feeling. It's a good indication that something needs to be altered, whether it's lessening the pose, and softening it more, or exiting the pose altogether. Now one more breath. And then placing the left foot down and then the right, pressing into the feet to realign the spine. Then lengthening both the feet and the hands towards the ceiling. Allow the shoulders and the hips to really drape down. By inverting the limbs, we're allowing the circulatory system to slow down. So the heart isn't working as hard to pump blood to the limbs. The heart can actually have a moment of rest. One of the hardest working organs in the body next to the liver. Allow a few more cycles of breath. Feel the shoulders and the hips melting down. Soften the hands, soften the feet. And making some rotations at the hands and the feet. Circular motions, warming up the wrists and the ankles. And then reversing the direction. And making some fists and clenching the toes a few times, spreading them wide. And maybe, like a little kid having a temper tantrum, shake the hands, shake the legs, shake as much as you want, as fast as you want, whatever feels right. Shaking the body is a sure way to release stagnant energy. That's why kids freak out. That's what they're doing with their energy. They're expelling the emotions that they're not sure how to process yet. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, draw the knees back in towards the chest. Maybe rock back and forth a few times on the spine until eventually you find your way back towards a comfortable seat. Taking your time. Maybe the eyes close, or perhaps allowing a soft downward gaze. Allow the hands to rest comfortably in the lap. Allow a deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Drawing the awareness to the sit bones, observing the body fully grounded. Noticing an uplifting sensation in the chest as if a beam of light is shining out. Feel the shoulders soften down from the ears. And the crown of the head lengthens way up beyond the ceiling. Inhale deeply down to the base of the spine. Exhale along the spine, exiting the crown of the head. Twice more, inhale down to the base of the spine. Exhale along the spine towards the crown of the head. Long, slow, deep breaths. Next inhalation. Inhale from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale from the crown of the head, exiting through the base of the spine. Once more this way, long, slow, deep breaths. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, place one hand over the heart and then the other. Fixing all of the awareness, all of the breath at the heart center. And observing what you're feeling here today. And making a choice as to whether that's how you'd like to feel. If it's how you'd like to feel, maybe you expand on it throughout the practice. If it's not, maybe drawing in how you'd like to feel. From here, we'll Om 3 times, the universal vibration, joining along or just enjoying the words. Inhale all together. May all beings everywhere receive the benefits of this practice. Through our bodies, through our senses, through our breath. May we recognize that showing up for ourselves in our daily lives affects and ripples out all those who suffer and surround us. We're able to offer the merits of our practice to something else, to someone else, while also filling up ourselves. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, allow the hands to rest back down. Inhale, bringing the arms around and up. Flipping the palms, lengthening the palms towards the ceiling, stretching through the sides. You can sway side to side, whatever feels right. Listen to the body. Inhale, as you exhale, twisting towards the right. Placing the left hand to the right knee, allowing a tall spine. Each exhale, the navel draws to the spine, compressing our digestive system. Allow 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, bringing both arms up. Exhale, twisting to the left. Same thing on this side, tall spine. Allowing the crown of the head to lengthen tall. Allow each exhale to subtly deepen the pose. Everything can be very subtle in yoga. The smallest details make a huge difference. And so it's not always about going to our deepest expression as it is finding deeper breath. Inhale, bringing both arms up. Exhale, lowering the right arm down, stretching through the left side. Really grounding down the left sit bone, allowing the top shoulder to subtly draw back. The gaze shifts towards the ceiling. Allow one more breath. Inhale, slowly bringing both arms back up. Exhale, moving to the other side. Same thing here. Grounding down through the sit bones. Noticing whether we're hunching over, gazing down towards the floor, or are we lifting up from the heart, and the gaze moves towards the ceiling. Inhale and slowly coming back up. As you exhale, find your way towards child's pose. Any comfortable child's pose, whether the knees are together and the torso drapes over the thighs, or whether the knees are wide apart and the forehead comes down. With the knees wide apart, it's a little bit more of a back bend, and so it might feel nice on the back. With the knees together, it's a little bit more of a forward fold. So continuously checking in with yourself throughout the practice, on and off the mat, and identifying what it is that you need for yourself at any given time. That's the idea of the practice, really, is to be able to hone into where we are at any given moment and identify our basic needs that will help us feel grounded, help us feel safe, help us feel open and connected. Allow one more breath. Inhale, shifting towards tabletop. Allow the knees to come right underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders. Before moving towards cat and cow, we'll lengthen the right leg out towards the side, and the blade of the foot will come down towards the floor. Inhale here. As you exhale, you can shift the weight slightly back, which will then begin to stretch the back of the leg, maybe the inner thigh as well. I learned this from Marielle not too long ago, and I really liked it. And so sharing it here. As you inhale, gaze forward, keeping the leg the way it is. Inhale, drop the belly, gazing forward. Exhale, push the floor away, curving the spine. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, push the floor away, curving the spine. And so it feels a little bit different for the hips. It feels a little bit more opening. And so exploring the movement with the shape. Allow 2 more deep cycles of breath. Inhaling, finding neutral spine. Exhale, lower the right knee down. Lengthen the left leg to the side. The blade of the foot will come down towards the floor as much as possible. Inhale here. As you exhale, maybe shifting the weight back, stretching more of the inner thigh. Maybe you've been going for a lot of walks or runs or bike rides. This is a nice stretch for the legs. Maybe you're just chasing your kids or your cats around the house. Either way. Inhale, shifting the weight forward. Exhale here. As you inhale, drop the belly, gazing forward. Exhale, push the floor away, curving the spine. Continuing this way, exploring the mobility of the spine, exploring any of those areas that are tight, that are tense, to be mindful of throughout the practice. Inhale, drawing forearms forward. As you exhale, drawing back to a neutral spine, lowering the left knee back down. We'll go for some traditional cat and cow here. As you inhale, drop the belly, gazing forward. Exhale, push the floor away, curving the spine. Syncing up with the breath, exploring the almost the full range of motion of the spine. Exploring how it feels to arch the spine, how it feels to curve the spine. Diving into the body as if it's a brand new experience. Allow a few more cycles of breath. Inhaling, drawing back to a neutral spine. As you exhale, lift the knees a few inches up off the floor, breathing, engage the core. The knees are only a few inches up off the floor, but we're breathing, grounding down into the hands, Strengthening the back, strengthening the core. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lower the knees. One more time. Inhale, lift the knees. Breathe. Engage the core. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lower the knees. Either shifting back to a child's pose or maybe tucking the toes for your first downward dog. And exploring, breathing there. Whether you're in child's pose or downward dog, the body is still slightly inverted, whether you're in child's pose or not. So the heart still gets some nice benefits, the thyroid, the brain. Allow 2 more deep cycles of breath. And as you inhale, slowly walking the feet forward. If you were in child's pose, just tucking the toes to lengthen the legs a little bit to walk the feet towards the hands. Bending the knees so that the torso comes in contact with the thighs, the gaze can move towards the shins, the back of the neck is long. Maybe the hands come in contact with the floor or something else if the floor is far away. Feel the full weight of the head and allow the head to lengthen down towards the floor. Allow a few more deep cycles of breath. Maybe swaying side to side, whatever feels right here. On the next inhalation, lengthen through the spine, placing your hands on your shins, and exhale, fold. 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, hands on your shins, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. This time, placing the hands on the waist, coming up with a flag. Standing in mountain pose at the top of the mat, maybe the eyes are closed. Otherwise, a soft downward gaze. Keep the gaze close to the body. Feel the feet firmly grounded. New experience of grounding. Every time we step on the mat, every time we do something, it's never going to be the same experience. That's extraordinary. Even if it feels so similar, there's so many subtle differences. Maybe you finally feel the pinky toes ground down the feet. Maybe not. Feeling the muscles draw onto the leg, so grounded. The tailbone descends down, navel draws in and up on the spine. Feeling uplifting in the chest, almost like the top of the body is defying gravity. The crown of the head lengthens, almost floating towards the ceiling, feeling so expansive in the spine. Allow 4 complete rounds of breath. Grounding into yourself, into your breath, this body, on this mat, on this day. Not trying to figure out which day it is. Finding your awareness in the present moment here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, draw the hands towards heart center. We'll do a few rounds of sun breathing, dedicating our breath to Father Sun and the solar energy that comes from him. warming up our will and our empowerment for the day. Inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, draw the arms around and down, bending the knees. The hands come in contact with the floor or something. Gaze moves towards the shins. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, placing your hands on your shins. And exhale, fold. Inhale, press the earth away, the arms come around and up. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, around and down. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms come around and up. Exhale, the hands to heart center. 3 more times. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, around and down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms around and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 3 more times on your own. Inhale, up. Exhale, round and down. Begin to sync up with the breath. Long, slow, deep breaths, and the movement matches the length of the breath. It becomes a little bit of a dance or an active meditation, as Yoshio would say. Allowing 1 more cycle, taking your time, moving as fast or slow as feels right. Once you've completed your last round, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms come alongside the body, pausing there, beginning to feel the blood pumping through the fingertips, through the toes, and you didn't even really move that much yet. Already feeling the circulatory system working, flushing out all the toxins. Inhale deeply. Exhale, draw the hands towards heart center. Inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, the arms come around and down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, placing your hands on your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the right foot all the way back, and exhale to lower the knee. You could stay here if this felt nice. The left knee compresses the left armpit, or maybe untucking the toes of the back foot, a gentle press into the hips, maybe the hands come to the knee, maybe to the back, maybe all the way up. Allow 5 long breaths. We move pretty slow throughout the practice. Developing a strong grounded awareness. Then be able to expand our mind, expand the body, expand the pose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly lower the hands down to the waist if they're not already. Tuck the toes of the back foot and step back to 90 degrees legs. That left foot will come underneath the left knee, the right hips over the right knee. Left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. Inhale the right arm up. Nice gentle twist here. The knee compresses that left shoulder, offering slight resistance between the shoulder and the knee to deepen the twist. Everything's subtle. Allow 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, slowly coming up, paralleling the arms to the floor. Inhale, twisting, lifting the right arm up. As you exhale, place the right hand to the outside of the left knee, the left hand come to the lower back. If you'd like to deepen the pose, do so at your own discretion. Maybe the right elbow hooks to the outside of the right knee. Maybe the hands come to prayer at heart center. We're always working within your 80% of your pose. And so that means you feel an easy seat, but there's room to explore. So we're not going 110% where we could possibly injure ourselves. But we're staying within our safe parameters. Allow one more breath. Lovely. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale slowly to lower the hands down, shifting back to plank pose or to tabletop. Exhale, lower the knees, draw the seat to the heels, the forehead left. Staying here or tucking the toes for a downward dog. And from here, we'll walk the feet forward. Finding forward fold, top of the mat, exhale. Inhale, the arms will come around and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, round and down. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left foot all the way back. Exhale to lower that left knee. Breathing, staying here. Maybe just like the other side, I'm tucking the toes of the back foot. Maybe coming towards the thigh. Maybe the lower back. Maybe the hands come all the way up. 5 long breaths, exploring the pose. Finding a balance between flexibility and strength. And so we don't want to overstretch the muscles. We want to strengthen the pose as well. So if you're sinking down into the hips, maybe try lifting up, drawing the navel in and up, grounding down through the feet, really using the legs in the pose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly lower the hands to the waist. Tuck the toes of the back foot. Set that right foot slightly back to 90-degree slice. Place the right hand on the inside of the right leg. Inhale the left arm up. Breathing, nice open heart, left shoulder draws back. Allow a few more cycles of breath. Inhale, slowly paralleling the arms to the floor, preparing to twist. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twisting to the right, whichever variation you did on the other side. Long, slow, deep breaths. The breath is your anchor throughout the practice to explore how you're feeling in the pose, mentally and physically. Allow one more breath. Inhaling, bringing the hands back down alongside the feet, stepping back to either plank pose or to tabletop. Exhale, lower the knees, draw the seat to the heels, the forehead rests in child's pose. Staying here or tucking the toes for a downward dog. Whatever feels right. And then slowly walking the feet towards the hands, bending the knees, finding the forward fold. Inhale, the arms come around and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Do a few more standing poses here. We'll go for tree pose. Grounding down into the right foot to start. Any variation of tree, maybe the heel comes to the inner ankle, finding the foundation. We're placing the foot on either the calf below the knee or above the knee with a little assistance. I think what I've noticed the most about growing up is that we tend to let go of our imagination for some reason. And yoga really asks us to tap into both sides of our brain. Tap into our logic and our reason, but also our creative exploration side. And so imagine your favorite tree and feel what it would feel like to embody that tree with its roots so firmly planted, grounded into the earth, maybe with its branches so expansive. Allow 2 more complete cycles of breath. The full essence of that magnificent tree. What would it feel like? Inhale. Exhale, slowly the hands come back to heart center. Drawing the knee forward and lowering the foot. Switching sides right away. Shifting the weight, feeling that same grounding through the left standing foot. And working on whichever variation you took on the other side. Like anything, I say this a lot, our balance is subject to change. And so working on balancing postures helps us to stay grounded through those moments that we are asked to be adaptable. Allow 2 more complete cycles of breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly the hands come back. The knee draws forward and lowering the foot. Awesome. Stepping back to the front of the mat if you're not already for warrior 2. Left foot forward, step the right foot all the way back. Pretty wide stance. The front knee might be bent to a 90-degree angle, but if not, maybe a soft bend instead. Just see how it feels on the knee. Inhale, the arms parallel to the floor, gazing at the 3rd finger of the front hand. Breathe in. Really grounded through the feet. The tailbone descends down. The navel lifts in towards the frontal spine and up towards the heart. Proud warrior, warrioress chest. Fingertips lengthen away from one another. Change the program in your mind that says you're tired. Find your strength, find your space. Allow 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale deeply, exhale, lower the arms, parallel the feet. Turn the warrior 2 towards the back of the mat. Inhale, the arms parallel once more. Exhale, bend through the front knee. Breathe. Essentially, the asana part of the practice, the poses, are to refocus the mind. You're training your awareness. We're very overstimulated human beings, and so we have to really narrow down our focus and what we're trying to do. Allow 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, parallel the feet, and lower the arms. Bring the hands towards the waist. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, wide legged fold and a mountain. Maybe the hands come underneath the shoulders. Maybe you walk them towards the feet. Maybe exploring bending the knees one at a time, whatever feels right. Explore the body. Maybe you explore stillness, maybe some movement. Take 2 more complete rounds of breath wherever you are. Inhaling slowly, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders if they've walked away, placing the hands to the waist, coming up with a flat back. Step the feet together and back towards the front. Bringing the hands towards heart center. Inhale, lifting the arms up, take a slight back bend, gazing maybe straight ahead or maybe up towards the ceiling. Inhale deeply to the front of the body. Exhale, slowly folding forward. Maybe bending the knees, the gaze moves towards the shins. Allow 2 cycles of breath in your forward fold. Inhale, planting the hands down, stepping back to plank pose or through tabletop to slowly lower the abdomen down to the floor. Allow the forehead to rest in the hands. Allow the ankles to splay away, the heels to splay away. Allow the hands to be like a little pillow underneath the forehead. Breathing there for a moment, allow the breath to move deeply in and out of the floor. Breathing so much so that possibly massages the muscles surrounding the spine. Allow 1 more breath. And then placing the forehead on the floor, allow the arms to be alongside the body with the backs of the hands resting on the floor, moving towards locust pose. As you inhale, lifting only the head, maybe the shoulders, maybe the chest up off the floor. Everything else is as if it's glued down. Using the strength of the back, lifting up from the heart, shoulders draw back. Breathing deeply, allow 2 more cycles of breath. Exhale, slowly lowering the left ear to the mat. Inhale, slowly bringing the forehead back to center. Take an exhalation. Inhale, lifting the forehead, the chest, maybe the arms up off the floor. Breathing here, maybe it would feel nice to clasp the hands. See how it goes. No pain, no strain, only opening. Allow 2 more cycles of breath. Imagine a flashlight beaming out of the heart. Inhale, exhale, slowly lowering it down, releasing the arms, right ear to the mat. Allow 1 more breath. This time, the forehead comes to the mat. Take an inhalation and an exhalation. Inhale, lifting the forehead, the shoulders, the arms. Maybe you clasp them behind the back again. Maybe the feet and the legs lift up, but the only thing that's on the floor is maybe the abdomen and the pelvis. Breathe. Strengthen the back, pointing through the toes and the fingers. 3 more cycles of breath. Before you let it go, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, bring the arms forward like you're skydiving. Maybe smile, maybe scream, have some fun, laugh. Good for your immune system. Be silly. Inhale, exhale, let it go. Forehead could rest down to the mat, or maybe the hands come back for that little pull. Long, slow, deep breaths. The breath moves deeply into the floor, massaging the spine. Allowing 2 more cycles of breath, and then when you feel ready, you'll slowly find your way to roll onto the back. Allowing the knees to bend, keeping the feet planted on the floor, we'll move towards a few other back bends, bridge pose. The arms will come alongside the body, taking your time. We'll tuck one shoulder under the back and then the other. Prior to lifting the pelvis up off the floor, you might feel an exaggerated arch in the lower back, so you'll want to lengthen the tailbone towards the heels to remove any excess lumbar curve. On the next inhalation, prepare. As you exhale, press into the feet, lifting the pelvis up. Maybe the hands clasp underneath. Maybe the hands are grounded into the floor, pressing up through the pelvis. Either way, the breath moves deeply down to the center of the pelvis and exhales toward the notch of the floor. Or the gaze could be fixed at the center of the forehead. Allow a few more cycles of breath, building the strength of the seat muscles of the legs, of the back. Inhale. As you exhale, untuck the shoulders from the back, lengthening the tailbone towards the heels to lower the spine down. From here, we'll move towards a shoulder stand. So if you have traditional shoulder stand, you want to just go into it, that's perfectly fine. I'll give a couple different variations. The first variation is lengthening the feet towards the ceiling, then remaining here. You could also shift your weight towards your couch or towards the floor to rest the legs against the wall or on the couch. You could also take a couch cushion or a block and place it underneath the sacrum to elevate hips a little bit, to have a little bit more of an inversion. If you had a full inversion, you want to go right into shoulder stand, go for it. Just be mindful of the neck as it's shoulder stand and not neck stand. And so we want to make sure that the weight is balanced nicely on the shoulders and the arms. And so that might mean that maybe the feet are more of a 45-degree angle. And taking your time in whichever pose you have chosen, allowing the gaze to be at the center of the forehead, stimulating the thyroid gland, the metabolism, and any variation that you're in. Allow a few more cycles of breath. If you have Halasana in your practice and you'd like to bring the feet behind the head and shoulder stand, you're more than welcome. If you're lying on the back, you could draw the knees in towards the chest. That would be a nice alternative as well. Allow 3 more complete rounds of breath. And then slowly taking your time to allow the whole body to find its way down to the floor. Using the arms as brakes if you're in full shoulder stand, and allowing the legs to rest down the length of the mat, allow the arms to rest out wide. Allow the whole body to relax as if it's going to fall asleep. From here, we'll move into one more back bend. We'll take fish pose. And so you could do that by bending the knees or rocking side to side to hide the arms underneath the back with the palms facing down. I usually clasp my thumbs to bring the arms slightly closer, to bring the elbows slightly closer, and of course neutralizing the lower lumbar spine as well. Making sure there's not an excess curve, lengthening the legs down the mat. Inhale, press into the forearms, place the top of the head to the floor. Breathing into pose. Breathing for all of our sea life friends. We've only explored so little of the ocean. Breathing for all the sea creatures. Imagine that beautiful light shining out from the heart. Allow one more complete cycle of breath. Inhaling, pressing into the forearms, drawing the chin towards the chest, releasing everything out. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest, clasping behind the knee. You can keep the left leg lengthened down the mat, or you could always keep the foot on the floor as well, slight bend of the knee, whatever feels right. Shoulders melt down. Maybe you stay here, maybe the right foot lengthens towards the ceiling. If the leg starts to shake, that might be coming from the hamstring, it might be coming from the hips, so you want to make sure that you kind of, once you start to feel the shaking, just maybe ease up a little bit. I want to find an easy seat. That's what asana translates to in Sanskrit. It's easy seat. So you want to be comfortable in the pose and find comfort through that discomfort. Allow one more breath wherever you are. Inhale deeply, and whether the forehead makes it or not is irrelevant. As you exhale, draw the forehead towards the knee. Inhale, as you exhale, lengthen the leg down the mat, lower everything back down. Observing for a moment, right and left side. And then inhaling, drawing the left knee in towards the chest. Same thing on this side. Grounding the shoulders down, back of the neck is long. Staying here, maybe lengthening the foot towards the ceiling. Be mindful if there's any shaking, if there's any tension. And always easing up a little bit. The muscles need to feel safe in order to actually relax and become more supple. You know, think about if you try to force your toddler to do something, odds are they're not going to do it if it's not very exciting and doesn't seem fun. And so our muscles, our body, and us is really the same. They're no different. Allow 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, slowly drawing the forehead towards the knee. Inhale, as you exhale, release the leg, release everything out. We'll do one last thing here. We'll bend the knees one at a time, planting the feet on the floor about mat distance apart. Allow the knees to fall into one another, and then wrapping the arms over the body with the right arm closer to the face, like you're giving yourself a little hug. Maybe the fingertips walk towards the blades of the back, really stretching the space behind the heart. Breathing deeply here. This is the first time you've given yourself a hug. Embrace it. Love yourself awake. Love yourself so much so that it has no choice but to radiate out towards everything, towards everyone. Choose love each time. Anytime fear starts to trickle in the mind, tap into your heart, tap into love. Remember, it's okay. This time, drawing the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to splay apart. Inhale the arms out wide. As you exhale, wrap the arms around once more. Left arm closer to the face. One more chance. Not one more chance, there's plenty of chances. To love ourselves, to breathe, to offer gratitude, and really thank our bodies for showing up every day. Now a few more cycles of breath here, and when you feel ready, unraveling the arms and making any final adjustments, any final things you might need in order to get prepared for our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. If you need to layer up, if you need to cover yourself with a blanket, taking your time. Take a deep inhalation and exhale, letting out a deep sigh. Allowing everything up to this point to fall away. Any concerns or worries that might have made their way onto the mat up to this point, acknowledge them and allow them to come back later. We kind of have to treat our thoughts like visitors at the door. You get to decide, but either way, you kind of need to greet the person at the door, or else they might keep knocking. They know you're home, they see your car. But you have to acknowledge them and tell them it's not a good time. Come back later. You know they will. And so allow the awareness to shift towards the breath, to anchor you back into the present moment. Send an inhalation all the way down to the soles of the feet. Exhale through the crown of the head. Inhale down to the fingertips. Exhale to the crown of the head. In the heart center, inhale the whole body in all directions. Exhale through the heart. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. The body gradually becomes more and more relaxed. Feeling the body begin to slip into a new experience of relaxation. Relaxing the whole weight of the body. Feeling your body lying on the most perfect surface of earth. Maybe it's exactly where you are. Maybe it's sand. Maybe it's grass. It's moss. Maybe you're drifting along a nice, calm. Wherever you are, imagine the body melting into the surface. Allow the body to become one with the surface. Allow the body to let go and to recycle and fill up with the highest good. Allowing the mind to rest in a space of bliss, love, and ease. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, except right here, right now. Becoming aware of the emotions. Allowing those inhalations to draw the awareness to the soles of the feet, fingertips, Bringing the awareness back into the body, back into the room. Taking your time, moving your body in whatever way feels right. Stretching, going to the side, whatever the body's favorite. So gradually find your way back up to a comfortable seat, taking time. Allow the eyes to remain closed. Allow the hands to rest anywhere comfortable in the lap. Returning back to the body, back to the day. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, place one hand over the heart and then the other. Taking a moment to observe how you feel in the body. And in the spirit, knowing there's no right way to feel or experience anything ever. It's all unique to your own individual experience. Bowing the chin to the chest, releasing the ego to the heart. Offering gratitude to the body who practices. To the earth we practice on. And to all of our teachers, not just those in front of the classroom, but the ones that really test our patience, our forgiveness, our adaptability, and so on. These are all teachers. There's many lessons to learn here. And you're doing amazing. We're all doing amazing. And seal with one Om and 3 Shantis for peace, joining along or just enjoying the words. Inhale all together. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. The first namaste we say silently to ourselves, bowing to the light of faith. And the second we say out loud to each other, the same light on namaste. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Thanks.
Thank you, Arielle.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. You too. Thank you. I see you got the boy to bed, Alex.
Yeah, he was done. And he saw Aunt Arielle, so we had to put you behind the cage. Eventually, just put him down for a nap.
Oh, I love you guys. You're the ones in here right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're in a cage.
Let me. I love you.
Love you. Bye.